here, Beck, and so they should be. What do we got?
We have a huge night for you tonight. Old Woman Crawls.
Yes.
It is our first instalment of this magnificent series. It's scary, it's hilarious, all at the same time. Cannot wait to see that, Jim.
That's coming your way, and so's the danger, if you don't mind. Superstar from the Cats. We've crossed to him live in Adelaide ahead of tomorrow night's blockbuster.
Well, during the week, we sent the old Footy out on the golf course. He absolutely cracked it. We show you how and why.
Oh, and the Footy Show Stakes has found a niche in Australian sporting comedy. It's sensational. That is coming your way as well. And Damien Barrett is locked and loaded with a very big story about the Collingwood Footy Club, so that's not too far away either. Stick around for that. But now, we need the panel involved. A very good-looking panel tonight too, Beck, if you don't mind. This man, Premiership superstar for the Hawks, one of the key defenders in their team and one of the best in the competition. Josh Gibson is on the Footy Show.
We also have tonight the young superstar from the Melbourne Footy Club, Jack Viney, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, Jackie boy. Good to see him too. And fresh from tearing the Logies to shreds. Put your hands together for Dave Hughes. Very, very nice panel there, Dave Hughes. What about the opening to the Logies? I don't reckon you could have hit the ball any cleaner.
Thank you, JB. Really appreciate that.
No, you dominated. We absolutely loved it. So we got plenty in store for Hughesy too. His Blues up and about. Now, this man, he is the reason we're all here. He was attached to the first show we ever did. He is the one and only John Sammy Newman.
I've got a question for you all, just straight up. What is, this is a grammatical phrase, so a lot of you probably won't have any idea. What is an oxymoron?
Not expecting that.
No, it's something that is a wild contradiction. I'll give you an example. Umpire Appreciation Week.
Oh, no.
That's what it is this week. And
Come
no, it is Umpire Appreciation Week. But look, we are charitable Christian people. Respect has to be earned. It's not deserved. But you'll find that the umpires have a very strong ally in me later on in the show, and I'll tell you why. So
Nice.
it is a turn-up, Beck. Absolutely.
Sammy, the umpires have got a strong ally in the Western Bulldogs too, because they know all about appreciating the umpires. The free kick count's getting amazing in their favour. On the weekend against Adelaide, one umpire in particular, Troy Pennell, 17 free kicks for the Bulldogs, 1 for Adelaide. And I mean, not only do they appreciate him, he appreciates them. Have a look at him with Jake Stringer here. Here we go. Oh, here's Jakey. Number 9, here's Jakey, and here comes in Troy. Little bit of a bum tack. Come on, mate. He's the package, but you got the wrong way round.
Hughesy, you've come in with a spring in your step, and it's
Yes.
not just because of your magnificent opening to the Logies. Your Blues, airborne.
Absolutely flying. We need oxygen. We're up so high. And it's good to have Gibbo on the panel because, 3 in a row, 3-peat. The Blues have done it too, mate. Yeah? Very special. We've got, and I tell you what, that's Carlton Free. Carlton Collingwood! And Carlton Essendon! Put them around. Want a front? Get a photo with them? Let's get a photo, mate. Yeah, there it is. Have we got the hunger to do port as well? I'm not sure, but we'll see.
Well, it is his first time on the Footy Show, and we are absolutely thrilled to have him on tonight, making his Footy Show debut, the star of the Melbourne Footy Club at the moment. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Jack Viney. Are you feeling comfy in the middle there?
Yeah, a little bit nervous, you know, first time, but no, looking forward to getting stuck into it.
Everything is just falling into place for you at the moment. You're sitting just outside the 8. You're absolutely flying, and you have just signed a new deal at the D's, which will take you to 2020. So congratulations, you must be feeling great. Positive mood around the club.
Yeah, absolutely. We're starting to get a few wins on the board and, you know, playing a pretty excitable brand of football at the moment. So it's great to be part of and, you know, obviously sign on for a few more years because the club's creating something pretty special and I want to be part of it.
That's a pretty cool photo there. That was the back page. The back page, wasn't it? You had the whole back page.
Yeah.
But at the Herald Sun, you also had a little bit of the front page. And you've buried the lead here, Beck. Let's have a look. This is the front page. Have a look down below. There it is, right at the bottom there. Yeah, sex symbol being a few
Yeah, it's a special condition I had with Robbo to write the article. Made him put it in there, but yeah, not really too sure where that
Did you
came
know,
from.
is that the first time you've been described as a sex symbol in the newspaper?
Yes, first time.
Yeah.
Time. I understand why they put it in there, but yeah, it came out of nowhere.
Be careful, mate, because there's only one sex symbol around here who's been in newspapers before. Have a look at this. There it is. Right, can we have a look at that one more? Welcome.
Look at those guns.
Yeah, welcome to the gun show.
Wow. That was posed. That's not natural. That was a posed thing. They said, "Look stupid."
Butte Sword of the Week.
Buttes.
You are known as their force?
Was that Scott Palmer?
I'm not sure. But you look very comfortable,
Jack,
in that pose.
Yeah, thanks, Jim. Now, Jack, you're a flighty, scary man, I'm told. Does this translate outside? Should the public be wary?
No,
Or
not at
you're a
all.
scary man, mate. But I'm told that you got a short fuse and anything can happen.
No,
Well, have a look at some of this force.
This is heavy stuff, Jack.
Across the white line and it's all business, but
And
off the field I'm a nice, gentle character.
Did your dad instill this into you?
He'd probably like to think he did, but I probably, from a very young age, that was how I played my football, and it's kind of just carried me through my junior and into AFL football.
That was my favourite. That was want to talk us through that one?
From a young age, though, from a young
Yeah.
age. Is it true that you jumped off the roof when you were 4?
Yeah.
You've got a scar, that scar right
Yeah,
there?
I got a scar on
that's from
the
jumping off
forehead just here. Yeah, I was used to think I was Batman as a 4-year-old
Yeah.
and climb up into the garage roof and
Did you
jump
realise
off.
that
And
Superman is the one who flies, not Batman?
when I kind of found a gaping hole in my forehead, I kind of worked that out.
Jack, I read that you have changed your pre-game routine, and I talk about the music that you listen to. So you used to listen to rap, is that right?
Yeah, rap and hip hop. Yeah, it's my
And
kind of music I like listening to.
and now what have you changed to? Beethoven or something?
No, I still listen to the same thing, but I just don't listen to it game day. I just pretty chilled out game day and pretty relaxed.
Smooth FM on game day now, eh?
Yeah, that's right. Just plug it on the way to the ground, but yeah, just a few change-ups.
Not the first Viney to cop the sex symbol tag either, Huey. Your old man back in the day, Todd, have a look at this. He was one of the rare players to wear a headband, Force. And don't worry, he was on plenty of bedroom walls back in the late 80s and early 90s, the old man.
Yeah, he thought the paper yesterday was a bit of a typo. It should have said, you know, son of former sex symbol. But yeah, he rated himself back in the day, and mum at home's kind of thinking where that went.
Well, how's it going now for him? There's a reason for him saying that, Force, because we did have a photo sent in of Todd, and he's enjoying himself up on the river.
Yeah, it's probably taken his dark days. He's slimmed down a little bit now. He's in a bit of better nick, but
Tell you
probably,
where you got your toughness from. You had to fight him for the chips, didn't you?
that's right. He's got 3 other brothers, and there's plenty of tales of them fighting for the last bit of chicken.
Well, we couldn't be happier to have you here, mate. Sit back and enjoy yourself on debut. Flying a man who's been here plenty of times, Josh Gibson, the Gib. Staggering to go. The club 5 and 2, sitting 6th on the ladder, and yet there's some negativity somewhere about the Hawks. You must be bemused as a playing group.
Yeah, look, there has been some negativity, and as you said, we're 5 and 2, so it's not a bad start to the year. And you know, we haven't played our best footy at times, but we've still managed to get wins. So if you can get wins early in the year, you're travelling all right.
Your lineup has changed, though. Things are different at the Hawks. You obviously lost Lake and Hale, and Hodgie's been in and out, and Roughhead's going to come back in a few weeks. How is it for you playing without those mates that have been there for so many years and won so many premierships?
Yeah, it's different, but it's also really exciting to get these younger guys into the side. A lot of them have been in our list for so long, and because we've had so many older guys playing well, they haven't had a lot of opportunity. But, you know, on the weekend we had, I think, 5 guys that had played under 10 games. So it was really exciting seeing them come in, and the pleasing thing is they're playing their role. They're not leaving it up to the older guys. So, look, we're really happy to have them in the side, and it's really good for the footy club.
And with Ruffy out, someone else has to step up and kick the goals, and that man was you in round 2. Let's have a look, round 2 this year. Here we go. Here he is, Gibbo.
Yeah.
Slots that one. Just
One of the
another
greatest.
day at the office for Gibbo. That's the celebration.
Yeah, there's a lot of carry on.
A lot of carry on, because that was your first goal for Hawthorn in his whole Hawthorn career, people. Yeah.
Thanks, mate. Thank you.
Hawthorn, in your time at Hawthorn, they've kicked 2,483 goals.
Is that right?
And you've had to celebrate 2,482 for other people. And you finally got to do one for yourself.
It was nice, and if you watch the celebration, I had no idea what I was doing. It was pretty pathetic, but it's nice to kick one and not be remembered as that bloke who played over 200 games or something and didn't manage to kick a goal. So stay in the defensive 50 now. Good.
Well, look, they mightn't be able to... There might have been a lot more goal kickers than you, Gibbo, but nothing... You are a furlong ahead of the field here. This is an article. Now, you think we're making this up? This is an absolute article from the Daily Mail, which is... Have a listen to this. Now, promise you, we're not making this up. Someone's written this about himself here. He was on the beach with his new bow. Topless. Josh showed off his toned torso.
Delicious.
As he went for a dip in the blue and white spotted board shorts that he wore, while Lucy opted for a mismatched bikini. This is true. The thin ties on the side of her bikini bottoms highlighted the tan lines on her hips, while her bronze skin stood out against the pale stand. At this stage, everyone on the beach had firmed up. But I continue. This is true. Promise you, you can look it up. As they walked towards the water, Josh wrapped his arm around the neck of his girlfriend, and she pulled him close to whisper in her ear. Lucy took her hair out of the loose top knot she had it in, letting it fall around her shoulders. The pair joked and laughed as he wrapped his towel around his waist, showing off his chiselled chest.
That's a lie.
What a honey. That is absolutely verbatim out of a paper. Seriously, the bloke couldn't finish that in his word processor. He just couldn't get to the keys. He actually... fair dinkum. That is extraordinary. Did we get a look? I was reading this. Did we get a look at the new bow?
No, we didn't.
Look,
Not
Lucy?
at the bow,
Did we
yeah,
get
but
a look at Lucy?
You
No,
could actually have written that about yourself.
No, that was my mum, so...
Was it?
That was lovely, yeah. No, I'm joking, Mum. I love you. I know you wouldn't write that.
You're sweating up.
I know.
Which tells us
Went very long.
there's large slabs of truth in all of
So
that.
they wrote all that, but they didn't have a picture of you on the beach with her.
No, there mustn't be a picture, so...
Well, the reason...
Well, you don't need a picture after that.
I want to take you back to my favourite time in your career, Gib, for 2 reasons. We have a look at this photo. One is you're wearing the proper jumper, but 2, look at the head on you. Now,
Yes.
I'm of the belief, because that was a long time ago, I'm of the belief that you should be a pioneer and get the fro back.
It was so much hard work, though. I don't know if you remembered, when I was at North, I used to lie every weekend when we had recovery, and I'd said I had an ear infection, so I didn't have to put the fro under, because it had turned into dreadlocks, and if I didn't carry conditioner on me, it was good night. So it was. I never did swimming recovery. So.
I think you're that senior now that you don't have to worry about recovery anymore. You can lead the way with a full Nordberg. In fact, I think what we're going to set up is, on social media, #GoTheFroGibbo.
Yes.
Let's do it.
If you think the Gibb should get that back, if you think you should get it back,
Go the Fro. I don't know if I'll be able to go it.
How long would it take you to grow that?
I think it'll probably take a good year of growing. I'm worried I'm a bit receding now. That was in my 20s.
No, you've got plenty of hair there. You can do it.
Well, let's see what the people think.
Well, the people will be into
Oh,
it.
yeah, go the Fro.
I'll get around it. Go the
We'll
Fro-Gibbo.
see, mate. I don't think they will.
Hey, let's get stuck into the footy. Massive game. Richmond take on Sydney. Big round of footy this one, by the way. Game at the MCG Saturday. Do the Tigers need a win? Still can't find room for Trent Cotchin, of course, who's injured, which is a massive out for them. Grimes and Rance comes back. Alex Rance, very, very good player and a huge in, given they're taking on Sydney with Buddy Franklin at the absolute top of his game. The wee man McGlynn comes out. They are going beautifully, the Sydney Swans. Richards and Towers are the ins, sneaking under a lot of people's guards, especially down here in Melbourne, the Swannies. Huey, what's happening?
Oh, you can't beat the Swans. They're amazing, no doubt. Sorry.
Yeah, I think Swanee's the #1 inside 50 team at the moment, and with Buddy Franklin down there, I think they're going to be a team to beat.
Great mate of yours, Bud. You must, from a distance, be watching him going.
He is. There's a lot of excitement. People want to see him kick 100 again this year. So he had a lazy 6 last week, and I reckon he'll kick another bag at the G and Sydney to win comfortably.
Force?
Can't add to that, Jim.
You can't add to that.
It'd be pointless adding anything to that. Wouldn't it?
No, he's covered it.
Yeah, you covered it all. You covered it. You said, wow, you couldn't tip Richmond. Didn't you say that?
Well, you couldn't, though, could you?
No, I couldn't.
No?
And I'm not.
So you're going for Sydney? Sydney for you?
Sydney for me. Beck, what about your good self?
Sydney
Dale?
for me too. I want to ask Gibbo, obviously you mentioned Buddy Franklin. He's absolutely flying. Can you believe that he could actually kick 100 this year? And also that he possibly could play his best year of football ever. He's in his, 3rd year at the Swans?
No, it's exciting, and I think the fans want to see that again. Everyone wants to
Well, that
run
was
on the
in
ground,
08.
and he doesn't know that I've actually got the jumper from that game hanging in my bedroom. So, Bud, do it again because you're not getting that one back. So, but no, look
Do you
at
really
it.
have that?
I've got that jumper framed upstairs at my house. So, yeah.
And
he's not
who
having
would have...
it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who would have thought he could have done that after his illness late last year?
No, and it's good seeing him back playing, and looks like he's really enjoying himself, and he's playing good footy, and he's in good spirits. So
Nothing's putting him off at the moment. No, they're trying. The opposition supporters are trying to put him off, but they're not getting there. Have a look at this. Here he is lying over. Look at the background there. It's just...
Come on.
The full moon, and still can't get there.
It's a long-range brown eye.
And his girlfriend was at the Logies. There was a bit of controversy about Jacinta's dress. Yes, there it is. She looks like she went swimming and got caught in a shark net. No, it looks great, doesn't it? Yeah. No, but she looks beautiful. No, she's stunning. No, she's absolutely...
That's better. That's better.
Yeah, I mean, come on. No, she actually said she reckons Buddy would have preferred she had more on, but he always supports her, so...
Husey, what about I get you out of trouble here?
All right, great.
OK, terrific. We're going to take a break now on the Footy Show. We'll be back with a lot more after this.
Tonight on the Footy Show, old woman Claw explodes into the season with a prank that scares the daylights out of a young AFL star.
Wonder's coming to get you.
Paddy Dangerfield joins us live from Adelaide, where he's set for some special attention this weekend.
Oh, more attention than he normally gets?
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
It's impossible.
The Force takes a lucky dip into the depths of his mailbag.
Ooh, just think about that for a minute, Bill.
Oh, that Bill's a good-looking rooster. Damien Barrett gives us the drum on all the big footy news, and the horses are on the track for the mighty Footy Show Stakes. You'll be clapping every package tonight on the Footy Show.
The Footy Show Stakes.
All set. Just waiting on the shot clock. Oh, bugger this. Let's just get on with the bastard. Racing, Malcolm Turnbull setting a cracking pace alongside Bill Shorten on Election Frenzy. Paddy Dangerfield out next on Happy Homecoming. Getting a golden run. Waleed Ali, well ahead of Carl Stefanovic on Logie's Aftermath, who's now joined by the old stayer Richard Wilkins. No, that's not the ambulance, folks. That's the Carlton Mafia quietly taking care of Nathan Buckley. Oh, there goes Eddie Maguire, riding off into the sunset, never to be seen again. And Eddie's back on I Love This Club. Here's to another 18 years. Oh, this looks ugly. Gary Ablett copping abuse from the stand. Speaking of abuse, Dangerfield is copping his fair share from the Adelaide faithful. And surprisingly keeping pace is Ross Lyon. Not trying to win, just trying to keep well clear of time's up. Finishing line in view. It's Malcolm. It's Dickie and Carl. It's the Grim Reaper. It's Tyrone Vickery on blitzing it. 10 lengths in front. He's going to win this. Just needs a quick break. And so does Damien. And out of nowhere, it's the f***ing NRL Footy Show. God damn them. Time to get pissed.
Just a reminder, we have Patrick Dangerfield not far away. He's on a live link from Adelaide. We also have the first instalment of Old Woman Crawl, so you don't want to miss that. Plus, Damien Barrett, very big story about must go to the Gabba because there's a very big match on Saturday night at the Gabba. It is Brisbane taking on the Pies. Collingwood heading to the Gabba, having beaten the Lions in their past 3 matches at the venue. We see Harrison, a big out for the Lions. Tom Rockcliffe out with that hamstring injury. In comes Merritt and Taylor. A few outs for Collingwood as well. Ben Reid with that shoulder. In comes Sinclair. Varco should give them some speed. And Taylor Adams coming in for the Pies as well. Big question, though, for the Pies. Will that Pie pain continue, Hughesy, do you think?
Oh, I'm worried for the Collingwood players. They do not want to face Eddie Maguire and his sons on the boundary line after the game. Let's have a look at the photo here, and there's Eddie. And the son obscured, I believe, his neighbour Xander giving the death stare. So they're not happy. They're not happy. And Eddie was really unhappy. He was thinking about quitting. We know that, don't we? Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's a direct quote from Eddie. He said on his Triple M radio show, his sons, they gave me on Sunday and they gave me the pointy and said, we don't quit, this is it. We've got to tough it out. And he stuck around. Now, JB, you're giving up your chairmanship of the North Melbourne club at the end of the year.
Yes.
Are your sons going to give you the pointy?
I don't know. The rest of the directors at the club have given me the pointy. How about you bugger off? I don't even know. I've never heard that saying before.
The pointy. Is that, I think that's the saying.
He'll be around, don't worry about
Sam, has your 18-year-old son ever given you the pointy?
Not this week. No, it's been a regular occurrence. Incidentally, like 9 do the Logies, great. No, they do.
Yes.
And he was that man down there.
Magnificent.
Starts it off. But they can't be responsible for the whinging, whining, carping Andy Warhols that get up every year and tell us who should be on the television, what gender should be on, what race should be on. The market decides who's on television. Don't get up and make it an agenda political speech. No wonder... Well, I didn't go. No wonder you don't... No, but that's what you hear. I mean, honestly and truly... And
what we need to do is...
At least our friends from Sydney...
Aaron and Fat and Bo, and if we're going to get beaten by anyone, and don't worry, it annoys us, it should at least be a member of our family, so well done to the NRL.
We were wondering if the Aboriginal footy show...
Oh, well... Well done to the NRL, boys and girls.
We were wondering if the Aboriginal footy show was going to beat them. That would be the final nail
I
in the
can say
coffin.
the speeches, you say what you like in the speeches, but maybe they were a bit long, some of the speeches. I reckon a trap door.
Yeah.
If
Good idea, Hughesy.
What's that?
Good
Yeah,
idea.
like you've got a minute and a half and then, down you go.
What about the AFL shot clock? We could move that from over to the Logies.
Right. While we're contemplating all of that, Force, who's going to win this game of footy? Brisbane, Collingwood, Jakey boy?
I reckon Brisbane will be. I think they're moving the ball pretty smoothly at the moment, and at home I reckon they'll be pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree with him. I think Merritt's a big in. He controlled Bud a couple of weeks ago, and on the weekend they had a few kicked against him with him out of the side. So with him back, he'll shore up their defence, and I reckon they'll win at home.
Samuel?
For 15 years, Ed sat there and he pointed at me, and when he pointed at me, Ed put the fear of God into me.
Yep.
So if he's actually, him and his kids
He's getting it
are
back.
pointing at the side, that's it. That's all they need.
They'll get up.
They'll get up. Absolutely.
Oh, Brisbane are a substantially better side at home, so I'm going the Lions.
All right, we need to head interstate now because there is a massive game of footy. It's in fact the best game of the round, Friday night at the Adelaide Oval. The Crows and Geelong, going to get to that game in just a second, but the Cats have got a former Crow in their side who is absolutely lighting the competition up. I speak of Patrick Dangerfield, who's been good enough to join us on a link from Adelaide. Danger!
Hello, everyone. Especially hello to Beth.
Hi, Paddy.
She's very excited to talk to you in just a sec, Danger, but I think Beck's more excited than the fans in Adelaide. I understand you copped a bit of a hostile reception upon arrival.
Yeah, there was a bit of an ominous glow in the distance, JB.
No, making some noise while you were trying to do your presser?
Well, I'm not sure what radio station you work for, James, but I have a feeling they may be affiliated with it.
Don't blame me, mate. I knew nothing about it till I saw the vision before. But what are you expecting from the home crowd, or your former home crowd? It'll be full, it's the game of the round, and they're normally pretty vocal.
Yeah, I'm not expecting a standing ovation, JB. I think it might be quite hostile, but to be totally honest, it's not something that I'm all that concerned about or the rest of the group is concerned about for us.
Pat, it is obviously a very big game. Are you thinking about having a shave before you take to the field?
Your husband's got facial hair, Beck, so I was thinking of copying Trent in that respect. Marty doesn't mind it.
So what sort of double dating is going on down in Geelong?
There is a lot of facial hair growing. He's trying to beat Jimmy Bartell, I think.
Exactly right.
Paddy, some of your highlights this year have been phenomenal. You took a great hang in the first game against Hawthorn, and then last week you were up in the air as well. We know that you've given the Cats some much-needed speed through the centre. Do you think, now that you're in the blue and white hoops, that you are playing the best football of your career?
It's hard to say. I think I'm playing my role within the side. I think while myself and Joel tend to get quite a lot of the kudos in media circles, we understand we bat really deep in our midfield, and I think the improvement for us this year has been the likes of Cam Guthrie, who for me has been just about the best halfback in the game. Mitch Duncan's taken his game to another level, and I think there's stories like that right throughout our list, and I think that's why we're playing really good footy, because we have a real even contribution each and every week from all players that pull on the Geelong Guernsey.
Danger, Gibbo here, mate. How are you going? Mate, what I want to know is everyone sends sledging text messages when you leave clubs. I got a few from North Melbourne. Who's getting stuck into you on the text this week, mate? Give us some inside goss.
There actually hasn't been that much this week, Gibbo. It's been interesting. I thought there might have been a little bit more, but maybe that'll happen tomorrow. It's a night game, so it may happen Friday afternoon, I'd say.
It certainly won't be Rory Sloane getting into you, mate, because it was very tough, I know, for you to tell him you were leaving, but you did it in such a beautiful way. And this is a direct quote from you. The other tough conversation was with Rory Sloane. I went down to his house by the beach. It was a beautiful day, so we went for a dip in the water, and it was actually quite idyllic. Sitting there on the beach in the sun. Now,
Danger works for the Daily Mail. He must have wrote that article. It's pretty similar.
He's ghostwriter.
As romantic as that sounds, as romantic as that sounds, that's actually exactly how it happened.
what were you both wearing at the time? Were you right beside each other? What happened?
Right beside each other, sort of lying down, sort of one arm on the ground and sort of gazing into each other's eyes.
Hey, Danger, we might get stuck into this game. We want you to stick around, though, because we've got plenty more questions to fire at you. But, yeah, exactly. This game is going to be absolutely sensational. We're all looking forward to it. Full house at the Adelaide Oval tomorrow night. McKay's out injured. Going to miss about a month. Rory Sloane, as Huey just mentioned, is an absolute star. Miller is the way they pronounce that over there, comes back into the team. They've won their last 8 at the Adelaide Oval, so a bit of a fortress for the Adelaide Crows. Mind you, Geelong play very well there too and are flying the Cats. Second on the ladder, Cockatoo and McCarthy come out. You can see how good a season the Danger's having. Buse and Gregson come in. Gibbo, very hard one to tip.
It is a hard one. You look at Adelaide's forward line, it's been super this year, so I think it's going to come down to the battle in the midfield, and Geelong's got some pretty important players in there, so I think if they can win that battle, then they'll go a long way to winning the game. So Cats for me.
Yeah, I reckon the midfield duo in Selwood and Danger is proving to be a pretty good force, so I think Geelong will get up.
Yeah. What do you love Dangerfield? Do you love him?
Yeah, no, I certainly think he's a good player.
What would you ask him if you had the chance?
I want to know if he's wording up his teammates for a few sledges against his opponents.
Well, you can ask him that.
All right. Danger. You're wording up your teammates for the few sledges for your ex-teammates.
Well, I think anyone that's ever played against Geelong, and certainly when I'd played against them previously, they are a team of very good sledges, so I may have just given them a little bit of ammunition for this weekend's game.
Good.
Hey, Force, I would argue that you were probably the last superstar of this magnitude down in Geelong, the last man to, well, you and Gary Ablett Senior to capture that town and single-handedly own it the way the Danger is at the minute.
Yeah, that'd be. You're worried about being booed for a day, mate. I've been booed for 22 years. On this show. Now, I want to ask you this. Now, listen to this. Do you feel better and more confident playing for Geelong than you did the Crows? What, if your football's better this year, why is it better this year?
I think just spending more time in the AFL system. I think players play their best footy between sort of 26 and 29, and I think that plays a bit of a part in it. I think it's a bit of a natural progression for any player.
You were there last year. This is the summer. Do you feel more? Do you feel you can play better with that side because they're better?
I'm a very diplomatic person, Sam, so I'm going to give you a very diplomatic answer and say I felt confident last year, and I feel equally as confident, if not more, this year.
Well done.
Who's going to win the game for?
You know, I'm always pessimistic about Geelong.
You are.
More proactive and optimistic. I'm always pessimistic about it.
I never understand why. They've got one of the great win-loss records of the modern era.
I know, probably because I want them to win all the time, but I don't get disappointed if I tip them to lose.
So?
Because I look like I'm a genius. And then if I tip them and they win, well, I am happy.
OK, so what are you doing?
I'm going for the Crows.
Oh, you are? I'm going for Geelong. Pat, I want to ask you just briefly, there was a lot of question marks about how Geelong would gel. They seem to have gelled so quickly. How have you been able to pull the team together to do that just after 7 rounds? Because there's so many new faces in that side.
Yeah, there are, Beck, and that's certainly something that we've put a lot of work into, and it's by no means how we would exactly like it at the moment. I still feel it's a work in progress, and I think we were really inconsistent for the first month of footy, albeit we still won games of footy, but we weren't as we'd like to be. But it's still a work in progress for us. There's certain areas that we still feel like we can get better at, and we'll continue to get better at the longer we play together.
Do you socialise with players from other sides, or do you just stick mainly to yourself, Patrick?
Well, living down the surf coast, Sam, you don't get a huge chance to do that with anyone from Melbourne.
Were you up in Melbourne having a meal with anyone from another club this week?
I may have been.
Hey?
I may have been, yeah, that's true.
Why were you with Luke Hodge having a meal? What was that about?
Well, for the first time, I know Luke's played for a very long period of time, and I've played for 8 years, and it's the first time Paul Connors has ever shouted us both dinner, so there's a first for everything, and that was a first for us.
Well, I just hope that you drove home, mate, not him.
Come on!
He's injured at the moment. No, we're good. But I know you love driving, and I don't know, if you drove in a car with Hodgie, would you drive like you do with your girlfriend? This is actual vision from your trip to Cardinia Park. Have a look at him. What's going on, mate? Do they not have... they have radio reception in Moggs Creek, do they? Or so you have to... What's going on there?
Well, two things, Husey. If Hodgie was here tonight, there's no way you'd say that, let's be honest.
He's not.
And...
He can drive over he wants to.
The second, we're a very big fan of Pitch Perfect, and that's the second Pitch Perfect, Pitch Perfect 2. And we just need to kill the time in the car somehow, and that's how we choose to do it.
No, it looks like you're really happy, so I'm really happy for you.
Well, Paddy, thank you so much for joining us tonight. There's a whole heap of players out there that wouldn't join us on a live link the night before the game, so we really, really appreciate your time, and of course I wish you the best of luck. Ladies and gentlemen, thank Patrick Dangerfield.
Thanks, guys. Thanks,
And because it is a special occasion, there is some special Dangerfield merchandise. You can get your hands on this cracking piece of memorabilia called Danger Wings, which comes personally signed by P. Dangerfield himself.
Look at this.
I've bought them all myself. There are only a limited number available, so head to the Cats shop online.com.au to secure your piece of Cats history. They are selling like hotcakes. So. All right.
Wings. What is that?
Michael Jordan was the first one to ever do it. I think Buddy did one as well.
I did one, yes.
The proper extension of your arms. That's real size.
And it's signed by P. Dangerfield.
That's it.
So
You're
you can get a copy of your
merchandise
own.
man force. You could pick one of them up.
Yeah.
We have a very big mailbag coming up for you after this, and some very big news. Damien Barrett is bringing us that from the Magpie Football Club. We'll see you soon on the other side of this.
Welcome back to the Footy Show. Thanks to Nissan, of course. Our great friends, Home Timber and Hardware, also go where the tradies go. And sportsbet.com.au, download the mobile app today. Just a reminder, Old Woman Croft, Wanda not far away, and the sting is on with the Saints, and more appropriately Jack Billings, who is a very, very good young player, but he cops it in the middle of Old Woman Croft, so you need to stick around and see that. But now to find out what is happening in the world of football, the best newsbreaker in the game comfortably, Damien Barrett's here, everybody. See you, Damo.
And tonight, for the first time, we can lift the lid on the backroom politics that engulfed the Collingwood Football Club in 2011. At the height of those tensions at the Magpies in that year, we can reveal that a number of senior players were behind a push to kill off the coaching succession plan that was going to see Mick Malthouse replaced by Nathan Buckley. Buckley, we now know, being the focus of intense criticism on the back of a poor start to 2016 on the back of 2 non-finals years. Among the players who lobbied Captain Nick Maxwell at this time, they also lobbied club officials during this 2011 season about their desire to keep Malthouse, were these names. A couple, or some of them have since retired, Alan Didak and Ben Johnson. In Darren Jolly's case, it was a reluctant retirement. Some have been moved out. Heath Shaw, Dale Thomas, Heretier Lumumba, and Dane Swan, strange enough, is the only one who does remain. Maxwell, we understand, played an extremely diplomatic role in hearing the players' thoughts about Malthouse and Buckley during this time. We also believe he was very diplomatic in how he relayed those misgivings about Buckley to senior club executives, particularly Gary Pert and also Jeff Walsh. But we have ascertained at the Footy Show and do know that the players, both individually and in group form, lobbied and pleaded with Malthouse to also mount the case himself, and they also at one stage considered signing a petition to present to the board in order for that club to revisit its coaching structure decision.
So this is the year after the grand final, and in that year it was an unbelievably successful year for the club, is that right? Yeah. You were saying to me off air, and I didn't actually recall this, that Collingwood won 20 of the 22 home and away games, and the only team they lost to for the year were the Cats.
It was the Geelong, twice in the home and away season, and then once just before this vision here is being run, Jim, in the grand final itself. It was the only team they lost to in that year. And Look, we knew situations were going on. We were aware of the possibility of this story back in 2011. We had constant and strong denials from the club that indeed it was the case. But we've since been approached by people around this situation since 2011 and particularly since in the past couple of weeks. And we have ascertained that this was indeed the case and that there was a concerted push by a number of players to encourage the club to change its decision.
They must have felt extremely strong about this to actually get to the point of signing a petition. I mean, you've got players going against the administration of a football club, which is dangerous territory to go to.
It is. And again, look, some of it, Beck, was anti-Nathan Buckley, but some of it was just more pro-Mick Malthouse.
Right.
So some of it was like that. And you can't claim to or speak on behalf of every single person, but there was certainly that sentiment there. And the captain, Nick Maxwell, as we said, was involved strictly through being the top of the leadership group and did relay the thoughts to the club.
But Eddie would say, and has said, that was an agreement between Malthouse and Buckley, and Mick Malthouse accepted it because there were extraordinary circumstances why he didn't want to, or the club didn't think he should continue, and Malthouse accepted that.
Yep.
So is it the players' province? It might be the players' province to sign a petition, but that was an agreement. It wasn't as though Mick Malthouse was edged out. It was an agreement between him and Buckley and the president.
And Malthouse wasn't driving it, Sam. In fact, we've been told strongly back in 2011, Sam and Jim and Beck, that Malthouse actually urged the players not to go down this path, that the deal was locked in place, that Nathan Buckley, no matter what they did in 2011, was going to be coaching round 1 2012. And that's the way it played out. We believe certain other club officials too pushed back on the players, but it was a very strong push and it was going right through to the very start of the finals period.
But Malthouse was contracted to stay at the club, though, wasn't he? He was meant to stay and look after Nathan.
That's another story, Husey.
Right.
And the parameters around what he was going to do was a separate issue. But yeah,
do you think Eddie really wanted him to go to Carlton and do what he did at Carlton?
As we wrap this up, Purple, if Ed was sitting here right now, what would he be saying?
He'd be saying that the deal was in place and the players should probably play footy and the coaches should coach.
So would he deny what you're saying is correct?
Well, if he's got the relationship I believe he has with the executives he had at the time, Jeff Walsh and Gary Pert, he'd be well aware of what was going on.
Well, that's a big story. Thank Damien Barrett, everybody.
Another story this was when legend Lee Matthews said there's only room for one team in Queensland, and that was basically saying the Gold Coast Suns are never going to be successful. And the Gold Coast Suns chairman, he hit back. He hit back hard. His name's Tony Cochrane, and have a look at him. He's hitting back hard here.
You called the press conference. You wanted to speak to me. I'm here. Let's chat. Opinions are like arseholes. Everybody's got one. What we should do is build a boom gate on that M1 and charge them to come down and visit on weekends. Next. You know, it doesn't get any tougher, I promise you. I don't sit around a board table with this club going, oh, packet of lollies here.
I wouldn't say a packet of lollies, I'd say a box of Fruit Loops. Anyway, no, well, I don't know him. Anyway, Lee Matthews was shown that footage. This is what Lee thinks of that footage. Look closely here.
Oh, dear.
Is he sleeping with his eyes open?
Yeah.
I'll never get sick of watching that.
Never. It is now time for Sam's mailbag. It's a good one tonight, Austin.
Now, just on Eddie Maguire, this is on the Logies. Tell me this, how, after 25 years or 30 years, Eddie Maguire wouldn't be nominated for a Logie of any sort? Tell me how that works and you wonder the credibility of the people that get awards. That is staggering stuff. You want to get some credibility back into him, how about you nominate someone who's been at the top of the tree for 2 decades? Now, this is from Serenity of Bacchus Marsh, which itself is an oxymoron. Serenity of Bacchus Marsh. Sam, I see in the news a 60-year-old box of unused condoms has been found. This is apparently in the news.
The Trojans.
Serenity, in a very humorous vein, says, would you like them back? I'll have you know, Serenity, back in the day when I was up and about, I actually bought some flavoured condoms and I was in bed with the lass I was in bed with. And I said I'd bought some flavoured condoms, and she dived under the covers and came back up and she said, "Are they cheese or onion?" I said, "I'm not sure, I've left them at work." I wouldn't... Serenity says, I wouldn't, this is what the woman says, "I wouldn't go out with you if you were the last person on earth." Well, you airhead, if I was the last person on earth, you wouldn't be here for me to go out with you. I do love, says Serenity, I do love your fellow panellists, though. More, it seems, than Diana, who sent in this message. This was on Twitter, is it, or Facebook or something? No. James, Bradshaw and Mel are doing their best. And from this is from Marty, who sent this in. "I can't wait for Rihanna to do her salt and pepper dance." Woo. Rihanna.
I can't wait for Rihanna to do it too.
Rihanna, Christ.
Here we go. Oh, no!
Don't
I
worry.
don't know.
Don't worry about
no
it.
idea. Keep going.
We don't know.
What's that, Rob?
Letter number 2.
Or letter 2, you know, ignore why the dog was there.
That's it.
Foss says Milo of Warrigal. Foss, can you ask your fellow panellists to stop clicking their pens? The noise is driving me insane. Barnshaw is the worst, says Milo.
Can't even click it. It doesn't have a clicker on it.
Someone clicks them and it's driving Milo mad.
There's no clicker
From
attached to my pen.
You've got to get out a bit more, Milo. Playing with pens starts at an early age, though. You might know that.
I said what?
That's right. That's good.
I like it. Very nice.
Another thing I'd like you to stop is Sharon changing the shape of the ball. This was Sharon. It says they want to give the ball a larger sweet spot to assist goal kicking. I'll tell you this, Milo. Here's where you'll find the sweet spot. This is where you'll find the sweet spot.
Oh!
The sweet spot is in your brain. Why would you need to change the ball? People have been kicking the football perfectly well until recent times.
Plenty of room in that. It's gone for a brain. That's the biggest head any of us have ever seen on a man.
No, because I was leaning forward into the camera.
Is that what it is?
Looked like I had spina bifida. That my leg, bloody. I did, didn't it? Look, I had polio.
There it is. Jack, have you seen a big head than that on a human?
Look at my arm.
What happened to the bicep?
I know, mate. I was ill that year. Now, hang on. I don't want... So I don't want to make this just about me.
No.
No, you wouldn't.
But I will.
Yeah, will you?
Now, I want you to sit back and have a look at this. Now, this is... would you do this? Here, I'll just sit back here. Sit back, pretend you're in your lounge room. Just sit back and watch some vision of... Here, just chew on the pipe there, mate.
Sure.
Beck, would you like to stick that in your gob?
Never done this.
Yeah. Right, now, Jim.
Yes? Well, I don't get a pipe.
I'm giving you a microphone. Where is the microphone?
I'll go, huh?
Give him the microphone. All right.
Oh, there we are, righto.
Righto.
What am I? I'm commentating.
You're going to broadcast this.
Righto.
Roll the footage, please. Now, just sit back and have a look.
Oh, here comes Newman, taking a flying shot at the goal at Arden Street, and look at the crowd go wild.
Yeah, 1.
Here he goes again at the same venue, this time with the poxy white boots.
2.
A big long drop punt from outside of the arc, even though it didn't exist, and there's a second one. Look at the kiddies going absolutely nuts. Another one from Newman, same venue, funnily enough. He sets this one up on the breeze, and it flies through nicely.
3.
I'd like you to take a special look at this last one and see how sweetly he hits it. This one from closer range, a floating sack that worked its way through.
Surely there's more.
Very good. You brought your own vision in.
just 4 of the 110 goals I kicked one year. No, not 1 year, in my career, rather.
How many points? You know how many points you got? Or?
Old sport.
I don't think I ever kicked a point, Dave. I don't think I ever missed a goal, ever.
I can't, but of all the narcissistic things,
hang on,
I reckon we've undertaken on this show.
We've got another letter to go here.
Takes.
Sorry about this. I was getting... From Adele of Ferntree Gully. Sam, I know you think society is over-policed, but here is one set of rules I think you might like to extrapolate on. It's the rules in bed. Now, this is an article about rules of sex. A number of couples were asked if they had any guidelines for when they do the horizontal hop. One couple pledged to have sex within 60 minutes of her husband arriving home from a work trip, no matter how tired or smelly they felt. Another couple have a no socks policy. Another do it at least 4 times a week. He plans to and she plans to. Do you have a sex plan? This is what Adele says.
Yes.
I have a plan on having sex at some stage, just if I can get anyone, man, woman or beast. If you're standing erect, you're through to the semis without dropping a set with me. What about your fellow panellists? Any quirky rules? Jim, you got any rules at all about exercising the option?
I have 4 children, Force, and that is the sum total of the amount of times I've exercised the option in my
Now, Beck.
Oh, no.
In the name of gender equality, what about your good self, darling? When did you start? How many? And how long's it been going on?
No, I got no rules.
No rules?
Anything goes.
Anything goes?
No, not anything goes. Shut that down and I just opened it up.
Jesus. Oh, my word, buddy.
Tell you what.
Jesus.
Tell you what, Gibbo just grabbed his pipe. I can tell you.
What about that? What about that hot, breathless woman on the beach that had that spotted, mismatched bikini with the little tassels hanging down and the visible panty line showing? I don't think it said that, actually. What about that?
No, there's some rules. Probably a little bit more than bad.
Not anything goes?
A couple more rules, but there's not a lot.
Jack, anything at all, mate, as long as they're available?
Just a mutual understanding that post-game, it's not me doing most of the work.
Dave, I'm sure you've got a whole routine for this
No, as long as we're in the same room, I'm happy. So.
Right. So anyhow, finally, now look, it was himself's down there, his birthday yesterday. He was 49, and I don't know if I should have said that.
No, mid-30s.
We're going to give him a cake. And in the vein of a word entendre,
yes.
This is... where's the cake? Have I got the cake? I don't know. Where is it? Here it comes. Now, well done. I don't know if we can get a camera on that, can we? Can we see that? It's a jam cake, and it's a jam cake, and it's jamming the point home. So we're going to do it. So we're going to sing Happy Birthday to Jim.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are.
Come on.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Come on.
Happy birthday, dear Jimmy. Happy birthday to you.
AFL Footy Show, and you can contribute.
Blow them out.
Hang on. That's how badly I'm going.
He's a dry blower.
Let's take a break. We'll break up today's mailbag. Happy birthday, Jim. We'll see you on the other side of this.
Still to come, Old Woman Crawl absolutely bamboozles two St Kilda players.
My name is Wanda, and I'm sexy.
Find out why the Force cracks the Sads on the golf course. Then Sammy gets a chance to redeem himself in What the Boss.
I've been on the show for 23 years. Have you any idea who I am?
I've got no idea who this is about.
You're still number one, Sammy boy. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back. You are watching a sensational footy show tonight. Just a reminder, we have the first instalment of Old Woman Crawl coming up for you very, very shortly, so don't go anywhere. You do not want to miss that. Hughesy, you've been keeping a very close eye on what's been going on down at the Demons.
Yeah, they are
training.
absolutely flying. You're not the only one playing well. James Harms won the Rising Star nomination. Special rewards when it's special awards. Special rewards for a special award. No, have a look at the special massage you got this week. Have a look at this. He gets a great massage. What they do is they really, like... No, it's a happy ending, people. So, well done there. The thigh is well loosened up right there.
Massive game coming up for the Demons. They take on the Western Bulldogs Sunday. MCG is the venue. Loving the way the Melbourne Footy Club are going about it. Kent's out with a back injury. Just squads at the moment. Salem, Neil Bullen, Grimes and Oscar McDonald back. Good to see him back in the side. And Christian Petracca just showing us all what he's capable of over the next 10 years or so. They take on the Western Bulldogs. They've been very impressive as well. Adams out for them, as I say. Just squads at the moment. Dunkley, Williams, Honeychurch and Jong in for the Doggies. Going to get your thoughts, Jack, on just how your boys are tracking at the minute. But Gib, I might start with you. MCG, a nice venue for this game for Melbourne.
Yeah, it is. We know the Doggies play super footy at Etihad, but it's going to be different at the G. But I'm actually excited to see this bloke next to me, to see if he'll line up on Bontempelli. I think it'll be a fantastic matchup. Look, he's already smiling about it. He's that excited. But I think the Doggies are going to get across the line. Bevo's got them humming, and I think they'll just beat Melbourne. But it'll be a good game.
Hey, Jack, we just got a little sneak peek of Christian Petracca on the weekend up on the Gold Coast, where your boys are unbelievable. Just a couple of touches gave us enough of a look.
Yeah, super exciting talent. He's probably had to do it the tough way, trying to get in the team. He's had a tough injury, and the club made him really work for his spot. But you can see from the 2 games he's played, he's really got better every week and played a pretty special game.
He's a big lad, big legs.
He's a big boy, big boy.
During the under-16, when those guys come out and train with clubs, he actually came out to Hawthorn and we played a couple of practice matches and he was smoking some of our midfielders and he was pretty aggressive, taking blokes out. Some of the older guys weren't happy, but he looks like a real superstar.
Going to be a beauty. Who do you think is winning
I
here?
think the Demons might get it done at the G.
I remember Essendon beating Melbourne at the MCG. I was at that game. So I'm not confident about Melbourne winning a lot of games, but I know they're going well.
Is that the only game you've seen for the year?
Only game I've seen for 3 years.
You picked a good one to watch.
And Essendon beat Melbourne.
Don't hold the Demons to that. They're 4-3. They're going better than that. That was
and
a bad
the Bulldogs
day
are?
Bulldogs are 4-2. This is a very good game.
Now you've answered
Dogs,
your own question.
the Beck.
I'm going to go Melbourne. I think their attack will improve once again, so I'm going to go the Dogs. I like that. Now, this is a very important match for another reason, because it's the Pink Lady match. So at the MCG, it's going to turn pink in support of Australians affected by breast cancer. A very worthwhile cause indeed. The Melbourne Football Club take on the Western Bulldogs, obviously at 3:20, and this Pink Lady match is a special opportunity for people to pay tribute to those affected by breast cancer while raising much needed funds and awareness for BCNA. All fans are encouraged to get involved and show support by wearing some pink. And for this special match, general admission tickets are only $25, with all proceeds going to, wearing that well, Fossey, directly to BCNE, so they continue to do all the great work they do. No, you look good in a pink cap. Plenty more happening at the ground, so head down to check it all out, and you can log on to bcna.org.au for tickets and more info.
Not. You look like one of those blokes on a park bench who doesn't know what year it is. Hey, pause.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, go, Vic.
Actually,
and
what year is it, Sam?
What's that?
No idea. Just quickly, these are the wonderful jumpers.
Could you put that on, Beck?
No, I don't think so.
No, it'd be
Hey,
stupid.
off the top, you spoke about the umpiring.
Now look. You would know that I'm critical of the umpires for being anal and petty and just sort of pedantic about things that have no effect on the game at all. Blowing the whistle, all you can hear half the time is the whistle. But there was a controversial decision given against St Kilda and the Kangaroos. Now, the rank and file, we're going to show it in a minute, not yet, I'm going to set it up. The rank and file, your crowd wouldn't have any idea if it was a free kick or not, but analysts, if you are a special comments person, you don't understand why this is a free kick, you shouldn't be drawing a salary from your employer. The 3 rules of football: tacit, unwritten, unspoken, might be in the rule book, take your pick. 1, you've got to be allowed to go for the ball on your merits. 2, you must look at the ball. You must look at the ball, not your opponent. That's same with marking. And 3, you cannot take someone's space and stop them going for the ball, which is called shepherding. So we'll go to this. And it was controversial, this decision, because it happened when the scores were almost level, and people say, well, what a petty decision. It was an absolutely correct decision. So here we are. Now, hang on a minute. Now, there's Todd is on the left, and Tom is the St Kilda ruckman number 1. Now, you can see for a start that Tom is looking at Todd Goldstein. See, he's not even looking at the ball. So we'll roll it on to the next part. Now, Tom from St Kilda, I'm not dishing him, he was trying what he could to stop the preeminent ruckman in the competition from getting the hit out at a critical point of the game. That's why it was a free kick. He's looking at him, he's not even looking at the ball, he's trying to stop him get to the flight of the ball, and you can see how far Todd Goldstein is away from the ball because the bloke has shepherded him, Tom, has right off the ball. Now, if we bring the ball down, see how far he got in between Todd Goldstein in the ball. That is absolutely spot on, 100%, no argument, shepherding, and it happened at a critical part of the game, and that's why it was given, because it is a very important decision to be given correctly.
All right, well done.
That's a pretty thorough explanation, Sam.
While we're showing that magnificent jumper and club, Gib, we might just revisit what we discussed with you earlier, and that is that we want the fro back.
Want it back.
Because back in your day, we showed a photo of it before, you were the only AFL footballer in recent history who had an afro. Yeah. So there it is. And I say bring it back. In fact, we've got the hashtag #GoTheFroGibbo. Huey, you're doing your bit.
Wow.
There it is.
Give me through that. Let's have a look what it looks like.
All right, come on, here it is.
It's going to do it.
He's got to do it. He has to do it. He's got to do it.
You reckon you would...
at the Daily Mail.
You reckon you attract some members of the opposite sex as we speak. If you start rolling around town like that, you will be absolutely unstoppable.
There's no more hipster than that. That is as hipster as you'll get. You want to be on the cutting edge, you grow that hair.
Okay.
Go the Fro, Gibbo's what it's called. Jump on social media, get that happening. We're going to get to a break because we cannot hold old woman Croft back any longer. Old woman Croft, or Wanda as we like to call her, not too far away. I'll tell you what's coming up actually next week is an unbelievable segment we shot during the course of the last week where David Armitage, Sam Fisher, Sam Newman and myself attempted to break the world record for getting the ball into the hole in a par 5 in the shortest time possible. The world record is just over 30 seconds. It's held by the French players from the European Tour. Anyway, we're going to show you how we went next week because it's extraordinary. But we actually had no chance of ever breaking the record because one of the 4 of our players absolutely threw every toy out of the cot because it didn't go his way. I don't even need to tell you who it was. Just check out the vision.
Here he goes.
Yeah, he's off to the races. Have a look at the old enforcer.
That is an extraordinary hit.
Stop, you bastard. Hit the pen. Jesus. Come on, Armour. Oh, no!
I don't know what the boss is doing. He's lost it.
Christ! Come on, you weak prick. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm not f***ing doing that, mate. That's Jesus, that's weak. Hey!
He's that
Fish.
busy, mate.
He's going off his
Who
head.
cares?
Jesus Christ, that's weak.
Look at him. He's look at him swinging his arms around.
Just so that...
You f***ing... How weak is that? Asshole.
Look at him. He is headless.
Put that f***ing thing down.
It's a team game,
It's a
boss.
team
Exactly.
game.
No, f*** it there. When this cuts up, I want me to be the best shot. I don't give a
By far the worst shot, but
That's
yet
right.
you still got it in the hole.
well, you wait till I hit a good shot, then you can f*** off. Put that down. If I may put that in context, Sam Fisher hit the ball. I do yards, but you can do the metres. He hit it 390 yards on a par 5. So I was 80 yards out of line.
You were.
60 metres. So instead of hitting a 4-iron to the green, I had a simple 9-iron to the green. Do you reckon I could hit a 9-iron onto the green? If I'd hit it onto the green, we would have broken the world record.
And if you'd hurried up doing it, we might have too.
Well, so I couldn't hit a 9-iron. Here's a man who plays off 7. I couldn't hit a 9-iron onto the green. You wonder why I cracked the shits.
All I will say is this: you got to make sure you're watching it next week. But if you do love your golf, Sam is spot on. We got the measurement out.
Yeah, the
Sam
GPS
Fisher
machine.
hit the thing 353 metres, which is as far as any tour player will ever hit a golf ball. It was extraordinary, wasn't it?
We couldn't believe it. Yeah, if you look, couldn't even see him back
couldn't?
on the tee.
No.
And I couldn't
amazing.
hit a 9-iron onto the green, and that's why we didn't break the record.
Anyway, Beck,
Sounds
that's
good.
coming up
We're going to
next
see
week.
all of that next week. But from
Thank you,
golf
Beck.
to footy, Saturday at Etihad Stadium, it is Essendon taking on the Kangas. Let's have a look at the Essendon side. Out goes Dempsey this week, as well as Simpkin. A big in for the Bombers. Darcy Parish comes back. He's a great young player, comes back from his rest. Should bring the Dons a little bit more firepower through there. For North Melbourne, turning over the page, Daniel Wells, unfortunately, has not made it up. Ferrito also out. In comes Thomas, McKenzie and Majak Dor. North certainly powering along. As I mentioned, really bad out for Sean Higgins. Could spend about 12 weeks on the sidelines. So that's very bad news for North. We also do have some very big news for you. Dyson Heppel has just signed on, honouring his existing deal for the Bombers until 2020. So it is very good news for the Bombers. The Bombers just one win this season, Husey. Do you reckon they can make it too?
Well, the news about Heppel is great for
It
them.
is.
That is really exciting, but they will not beat North Melbourne. No way.
Yeah, I'm on the same page. A couple of key outs for North, but I think they're travelling too well at the moment.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be their best start to a season if they win this since 1978, I think. So, 8 in a row.
Essendon couldn't possibly win a game when they've had 35 of their players cited unjustly for taking drugs and routed out of the competition dishonestly. So they couldn't possibly win a game this year and won't.
Well, they have won, but anyway. That's irrelevant.
You've got to watch.
And I was there and saw them.
And it's the only game he's seen for 3 years, and he still can't remember the result.
North for me, convincingly.
Quickly, hello to Sean Higgins, by the way. 12 weeks he's going to have his cartilage, or meniscus as they call it now, sewn up. And a shame for him. He's a very good young man and a very, very good player. Speaking of our great friends at Sportsbet, if you place a head-to-head bet this weekend and your team leads at any break but goes on to lose, they'll give you a cash back up to $50. That's the beautiful, cold, hard stuff we love back into your Sportsbet account. If your team lose after leading at any change, they've already refunded more than $2 million to over 75,000 punters in the first 7 rounds of the season. It's the last week of this promotion, so download the app and get stuck into that ASAP. Now, Husey, contain yourself, because let's take a look at the Blues, your mum. Oh, yes. They see as a winnable game. Haven't won 4 in a row, as you can see, since 2011. Buckley, Graham and White come in for the Blues, who take on Port Adelaide. This game is, of course, here in Melbourne. And you can see Amon, Howard and Gray for Port Adelaide. Coming, these are only squads, as I said, off the top. Huey, can you do 4 in a row, please?
Blues supporters are so excited. We're really, we really are. It's fantastic. And I mean, we're actually yelling out "kick it to Casbolt." It's amazing. So, and he's doing really well, Levi. Good on you, Levi. And our coach, we love our coach. He's fresh. Yes. He's excited, he's enthusiastic. You can see that with his press conferences. You watch his press conferences here, he wants questions. When they finish, he hangs around. Watch this.
We got clear direction.
Cheers. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Just wait. Anyone else want to say something? Anyone else? Anyone? I'm still here. Anyone? Anyone want to say anything? Anyone? Watch this one.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
All right. Watch this.
Who's going to the game?
Who's going to the game? I'm going to the game, mate. That's freshness for you, but, you know, you contrast that to Damien Hardwick, been in the system for a long time. Let's have a look at his press conferences are finishing at the moment. A bit different.
Next question.
How does it impact?
Next question.
No.
Thanks, Tony.
Oh, come on.
He does not want Tony Jones to go to the game, there's no doubt about that.
I forgot to mention during the setting up of this game, congratulations to one of the really good men of football and a fine footballer, Cade Simpson, everybody. Plays game number 250. He is a beauty. Michael Jamison as well plays his 150th game, so a couple of key milestones for the Blues. Jack, who's winning?
Sorry, Hughesy, but with the return of Robbie Gray, I reckon the Port will be too strong.
Yep.
No, I think Carlton are going to get another win. They've been getting the ball inside 50, but they just haven't had anyone kicking goals, and Casbolt on the weekend was able to do that. So if him and Everett can bob up and kick a few this weekend, then I reckon they'll get the job done.
Gee, look, I reckon Carlton might... Look, I tell you what, if you're a Carlton fan, get in early. The Chinese have taken every seat at Etihad Stadium. They're following Port Adelaide. Cocky went over there and said, we need the Chinese to follow us. Went over to Beijing and they're all flocking. I live near Etihad and you cannot get accommodation anywhere there. Chinese everywhere. Heads of them, as I said, like mice. No, they have not. Heads of them like mice means there's hundreds of them. They're plague proportions.
It's a great initiative
not
for
a
them to
description
grow
of what they look
their
like.
supporter base into some amazing foreign cities.
Not
Nothing
a
to do with people
description
coming
of
here.
what they look like. It's a generic term because they're in plague proportions.
Yes.
Okay. You can't get into the ground.
Force. It's got nothing to do with people coming to the games here. It's about growing into a foreign city. Now, what do you think? Who's going to win the game?
It's a foreign city.
You live there.
Who's winning the game?
I think Carlton might.
I agree with Fossey and Josh. I reckon the Blues can get up, Husey. I reckon you're going to have a very good weekend.
Oh, it's exciting.
All right, Mars matchups. Let me straighten that up for you. Great initiative, first year of the Footy Show, of course. Most disposals, head-to-head, Rory Sloane against Patrick Dangerfield. That's tomorrow night, it'll be a beauty. Most goals, Tom Lynch is a star, so is Jeremy Cameron. And then most kicks, Dane Beams and Steele side bottom. And most handballs, Christian Petraka, just playing game number 3 against Marcus Bontempelli.
OK, well, the wait is almost over. We've been teasing this all night, but Old Woman Croft is coming up very, very shortly. Do not touch that remote control. We'll see you on the other side of the break.
Welcome back to the Footy Show. Time now to have a look at Old Man Croft in action. This is, of course, the segment you wanted back, and the clubs actually demanded that it come back. The pranks, you're going to see about 5 or 6 of them over the course of the next 5 or 6, 7, 8 weeks. They are the biggest thing we do production-wise. They're extraordinary. It takes, if you don't mind, Sharp FX 6 hours to make Shane up each day as Grandma Wanda. They're a team of actors with earpieces linked back to a control room where this time our puppet master was none other than Beck Madden. She was calling the shots. And with each sting, we have a premise to get hold of the victim. The victim in this case was St Kilda young star Jack Billings. We're stinging him, don't worry about that. And the premise is this. With umpire round approaching, victim Jack and our accomplice, who's David Armitage, were asked by the club to visit the house of a young community umpire, Peter, to get a photo with him for the AFL record. Only problem is, Peter wasn't home from school yet, and the players had to wait around with Grandma on the loose. Another fly in the ointment for Jack was his mate Armour turned up late as well. Now, we didn't ask Armour to be late, by the way. He just didn't front up on time. So everyone, as you can see, is in on the sting. The photographer, the mum, Armour, everyone knew what was going on except Jack. From the moment he walks in, it gets a little weird. So enjoy Old Woman Crawford.
Rebecca?
Yes?
I love you being a part of the Footy Show, and so I was just wondering if I can give you a little...
Croft, what are you doing?
How you going?
Just on his way.
Yeah, right. I'm wondering where he was.
Rebecca, this is for you.
Oh, my God.
Yep. Answer it now.
Yeah.
Okay. Off we go. Sorry. Hello.
Hi.
Thanks for coming.
No
so
worries.
exciting. Hi.
Jack.
I'm Sam.
Nice to meet you.
Jack, marvellous.
I'm Richard.
Oh, g'day, Richard.
I'm
Come on in.
no
Just go
worries.
through. Just go
Go
through,
through?
Jack. Go all the way through. Are we waiting for somebody else?
David Armitage.
Oh, no worries. Okay, in you go. Great.
Yeah,
My mum's just on the left, so
okay.
just you can say hello. Just in there. She's just resting.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
Should we just keep...
Sorry, of course. Excuse
Yeah.
the mess. Sorry.
No, it's not a mess.
Just sit down, Jack. If you like, you can sit down over there. There's a footy if you want to have a kick or something.
It's a good place.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Yeah, it's really lovely. We're very lucky. Now, I'm just got to explain. I'm waiting for my son. He's on his way home from school.
Yeah, no.
Do you know why you're here?
Yeah, for the
photo.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks heaps for doing it.
No worries.
I really appreciate it.
What school are you at?
Pardon?
What school's he at?
Oh, he's just across the road at St Joseph's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know the
I
area?
went to Scotch.
Oh, you went to Scotch?
Tell him your first boyfriend went to Scotch. Tell him your boyfriend was Jack.
I went out with a boy, actually, from Scotch, whose name was Jack, so that's pretty weird.
Really?
Yeah, that's funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
His mother was Letitia.
He was a footy player, that's sort of weird.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, if his mum's name was Letitia, so that would be incredibly weird if that was your mum's name.
That is her name. Yeah, that's my mum's name.
You joke?
Yeah.
That's crazy!
Wait, what?
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Yeah, I know, that is really, really weird. Do you believe, like, in sort of spooky things like that?
Not really.
Not really?
Richard, say, how long do we have to put up with this shit? When is the kid arriving?
So we're just going to sit here talking about astrology, or is your son... Is he around, or is how far away do you
Sorry,
reckon?
I'll just go give him a call.
Good to get
okay?
on the way. Yeah.
Don't be sick. Just a quick call. Peter! Peter, you're a little shit! You! Peter, come on! Okay.
Someone's in trouble.
Okay. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, he's coming.
He's
Sorry.
on his way?
Yeah, I'm so embarrassed.
That's
He's
all
just
right.
at this age. It's really.
How old is he?
Yeah, he's 13. Yeah. Maybe you could have a word with him. Yeah.
I'll see how far away I'm always...
Okay.
So your son's obsessed with umpiring.
Yeah.
He's not obsessed with punctuality, though, is he?
No, I'm so sorry, Jack. I really am. It's been very embarrassing.
Is he here?
Peter, you! I'm so angry. I'm gonna be seriously.
Croft, can you come down and spit in the sink?
Do you want to come and say hello to Jack? Yeah. Oh no, she's got a really she's just not.
Sam, ask Richard just to fill in time. Can I get a photo with Dad while you're here?
Do you mind taking a photo with my dad? Is that okay? Yeah. Oh, okay, thanks.
Your dad's here as well.
Well, no, my dad died 20 years ago, so if we just would sit there. Is that okay? Do you mind actually taking it?
I won't put it on.
Oh, no. It'll just be really quick. Once he gets here, we better move quickly. Don't drop it. Like proper urn sort of thing. Oh, thank you.
Sit on the couch. Probably nicer.
Ask him to a really big smile. Cheese.
Give us a big smile.
Look happy.
Look happy.
Thumbs up. Just one thumb up. One thumb up.
Don't drop it.
And again, just let's go one more. Oh, no.
No, oh, yeah.
No, we got something.
That's all right. I'm just sorry about Mum. Mum, are you okay?
Ask him what he's doing.
He's going to go and look for his mate. Any sign of him?
He doesn't f***ing like me.
Wanda, you need to go to the toilet.
Yes, I need to do poo.
Yes. Remember, wipe front to back.
It's what weirdest thing ever.
What do you mean?
Mum's soccer, the kid's not even home, and the photographer's f***ing going nuts because she's got another thing, and there's a f***ing grandma.
Oh, just park here.
That's why I was like, mate, oh shit.
Really? Is he? Hi, how you going?
Yeah, good. All right, do you want to head through?
Yeah.
Just because we're really late and...
Sorry, I'm late.
That's okay. Okay,
Yeah.
but let's just do it really quickly.
Yeah, okay.
I know Peter's nearly here.
Sorry.
No, that happens. That's fine.
Sorry, man. Traffic took forever.
Peter, get home. Jesus Christ. Peter, you little shit. Get home. Oh, God. Do you want to set up a shot even with, do you want to do something else? Or?
Well, I guess we could,
Croft, you need to leave the bathroom and come down. They're just setting up for a photograph.
Mum, do you want to be in a photo?
Yes, dear.
Would you want to be in a photo?
Yeah.
Croft, go for your pills on the way down.
Mum, you don't want your pills. Give them to me. Okay, hold on to your pills.
Sam, give the pills to Jack.
Oh, do you want to... So do you want to hold those? Just hold that for her.
What was your name, sorry?
I just want to call again.
Croft,
Another call.
grab the pills out of Jack's hand.
Come over this way. Jack, can I just get you over here? We'll do it sort of on a diagonal along this corner of the lawn. Wonder if you go in the middle, please. In the middle. No?
Over here, love.
Sam, come back into the room angry.
Yeah, you stay there.
Hey,
And if you're in the
wait,
middle
why
there...
has Mum got... Did you eat these?
Yeah.
Jack, I gave them to you.
Did you eat those? Yeah, Oh, you're joking. Jack?
This one.
You all right?
Oh, wow.
You all
Mum, are
right?
you okay? Are you okay? Did you eat these, Mum? Did Jack give you these and you ate... Oh, mate. Oh. Did you see?
No,
Did you see?
We're not responsible for,
I know, okay. All right, well, let's just get this photo.
All right, let's get the photo.
Do you want a photo?
Wow.
Croft, go and get your boots and your photo to show the boys.
My back. I'm just going to go run out and get Peter. Yeah. Thanks.
Are they her actual old footy boots?
Jack, just pop them on.
Jack, put the boots on.
Go down like you're helping her on with the boots.
Yeah, you put the...
Yeah.
Put the right one on, I'll put the left one on.
Hop in there.
No, we've done the photo.
No, I reckon I'm into it. I reckon it's a nice shot.
Croft, just pretend you've farted. Just a little waft.
That's me. That's me.
Yep.
Richard, maybe we can get a nice photo of Grandma taking a big mark.
And then let's do another photo of her, with the get the ball.
Oh, my God.
She could
Okay, great.
taking a mark or something. Could be good.
You in the old days, Mum. What's
Yeah,
that?
it's actually a good story.
Okay, great.
It's a great story.
Find my freaking son.
Oh. You got one with that? You want to do one with that?
It's my husband.
Your husband?
Harold. Yes.
Oh, sorry to hear.
No, he loves football.
Footballer?
Yes.
Yep.
He's a footballer.
What was that? What was that? What was that? What was that? Oh, you're joking? You're joking? He did that? That's Dad.
He did.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Oh my God! Did you just knock that over? Did he knock that over?
Well, I was getting the picture. I didn't see.
Oh, God, Dad, Dad was like the freaking dust up. Jack, did you? Oh. Mum, stop this now. It's ridiculous. I don't even know what...
Poor old Dad, eh?
What exactly happened?
She said Harold and then put it back up there and then it fell off.
Well, Mum, what happened? Mum, did you...
You're right.
Mum, Harold, Mum, are you okay?
You all right?
Yeah.
All right? You all right?
Oh, my God.
Hey, come on, let's get it.
Okay. Let's sort of just...
The school bus is not coming. Got stuck on the Montague Bridge. How are you feeling?
Hello, Jack. I'm Shane. You legend.
I knew nothing.
Well done, Davey boy.
You didn't twig at all?
Oh, yeah. I was so scared.
You got a bit red. I would too. You didn't twig at all. What did you think of Grandma?
I was freaked out. Yeah. I don't know.
Absolutely brilliant. I know Jack Billings very well. He and Luke McDonald are best mates. They grew up together. He is as nice a kid as you will ever meet, and he was just shattered.
that was perfect. Harold into the dustbuster. Seriously.
There were so many moments I felt so sorry for him, but I just kept going.
He's such a beautiful kid. Anyway, Darcy Parish, speaking of unbelievably good young players, he's involved next week as the Essendon Footy Club. A part of it, Adam Cooney is our accomplice.
Right, mate.
Darcy's the one who gets pranked. They film at a dentist, of course. Hughesy, this time you're behind the mic. There we are. We've got that to look forward to.
Okay.
Completely different next week, but Darcy Parish is the man who has no idea what's going on. So that is coming up next.
Very, very good. Can't wait for that. Also, can't wait for this match. It's at Domain on Sunday, and it is the West Coast Eagles up against the Saints. West Coast have won their past 6 matches against the Saints in their last 9 games at Domain Stadium. Out goes Jeddah for the Eagles. In comes Butler Cole. West Coast obviously coming off a bad loss. Let's have a look at St Kilda. Sam Fisher out, unfortunately, for the Saints, and there's a whole host of ins as well. Obviously, these are only squads because the game is on Sunday. Hughesy, how do you see this one playing out?
Only because it's over there, West Coast, but Saints are going well.
They are.
Jackie boy?
Yep, I'm West Coast as well.
Yep, keep it short. West Coast to win.
Yep.
Yep.
Pretty unanimous.
Yeah.
Same for me.
Although they are far from the worst, the Saints. Let's get to a break. Old woman Croft. We've seen old man Foss with What the Foss is coming up shortly.
Too many old people on this show.
Stay with us on the Footy Show. Still got some fantastic games to plough through, and this team are doing every single thing right. The GWS Giants against Gold Coast Butler Stadium Saturday. They are 5th on the ladder, if you don't mind this unbelievable young group. 2 very good players come out in green, and also Davis, the captain. Moore and Hopper come in. Jacob Hopper, this is a number 7 draft pick overall, very good player. Axe swung at Gold Coast after a very disappointing week at the office against your boys, Jack. You can see all the changes there. Saturday, as I said, Butler Stadium. Huey?
I tell you what, if GWS can beat Hawthorn by 75 points, they'll beat Gold Coast by 150, I reckon. Yeah?
Yeah.
Jack?
Yeah, I think GWS are in too good a form at the moment.
Gibbo?
I agree with him, but the one shining light for Gold Coast has got to be Lynch down forward. He's having a fantastic year, but he's all by himself, so GWS to win.
Force?
Yeah, no, Tony Cochrane, he'll be nice and happy if they get another building of 150 points. I'd like to hear his press conference if he's asked some questions next week. No, they're just an ordinary side at the minute, the Gold Coast.
Yep.
At the minute.
Yeah, at the minute, unanimous for me. GWS.
We're going to get onto the Hawks in just a sec, but you know, whenever Gibbo's on, we ask his mates if there's any dirt around him, just if we can find out anything you might have been up to, Gibbo. And Jared Ruffhead's been good enough to return the text.
Oh, good on you, Jared.
He said Gibbo's just bought a farm in Dalesford. Is this correct? He said this is a joke for two reasons. One, it's actually his mum who's bought the farm. And two, this is Ruffy, said Gibbo is to country what I am to suntan.
Jared's very quickly forgotten that he's from the country. Yeah. He sits around in Melbourne now drinking his red wines. You need to remember, you're from Leongatha, mate. Yeah. Get back to your VB.
And you're from Brighton.
I'd love to see the Daily Mail writing about you and your girlfriend rolling around on the hay bales.
Speaking of the Hawks, they take on Fremantle this game's in Launceston on Saturday. As I said off the top, 5-2 and not doing very much wrong. Hawthorn, Rioli out for family reasons. We wish Cyril well with that. Lovell comes out as well. Frawley's a big in, as is Mitchell. So two unbelievably good players come back in for the Hawks, who take on the winless Dockers. And they have Barlow, Dawson and Pavlich out. So Super Pav not travelling, Pearce, Clark and Langdon in. Can they break the duck?
They're resting Pavlich. They've given up. They've given up.
Jack?
Yeah, I think, you know, Hawthorn haven't been playing to their best football, so they'd be keen to get back to their very best.
Big reunion coming up, Gib?
We have got a little plug. It is Saturday the 18th of June. We've got our 76 and 86 Premiership reunion. All the stars will be there. It's strictly limited numbers, so you've got to book online. The number is 95353069 or go to events@hawthornfc.com.au.
Two unbelievable Premiership years, 76 and 86, so Hawks fans get around that, Sam?
When the history is written of the 21st century AFL, this will be #1 story in the world of AFL.
What?
That they lost the first 8 games, having played in the finals last year.
Oh, no.
That is extraordinary.
It is.
There's something going on there. There
is something going on.
A pestilence,
All
a
right.
plague.
Hawthorn for me, but while I've got your attention, yes, they'll do it easily. I just want to backtrack a little bit to the game Richmond. They're playing Sydney at the MCG. I want to make mention of this because Richmond's match is dedicated to their charity partner, which is the Alana and Madeline Foundation, along with support from AGL, helping to keep children safe from violence. Now, the Tigers will be wearing a special Guernsey. The match-worn jumpers will be auctioned after the game. Thank you, Husey. With all the proceeds donated to the charity, and you can bid now, or you need to go to his shop.richmondfc.com.au/auctions. So make sure you get on board the Alana and Madeline Foundation.
Yep.
Wonderful cause.
Yeah, well done. Well done to the Richmond Footy Club who do a great work in that space. Now, we need to get to a break because next, Beck, we have What the
my
Foss. What
favourite.
happens here is the crowd write down the one question they've always wanted to ask Sam. He doesn't see them. We ask them next. It cannot be missed.
But I just want to remind you, we have a great show starting on Sunday. It's called Future Stars, and it starts right after the Sunday Footy Show, so make sure you don't miss out on that. But now it is time for my favourite segment, What the Fuss? What the Fuss?
Well, come on, Force. The question that comes from the crowd, they've thought long and hard about these.
Yeah.
Now, Gibbo, who are you
I've got the
asking
first
for?
one. Excuse me if I get this wrong. Is it Matt Speranza? Stand up, mate.
Yeah. Where are you, Matty?
All right, Matty. Tigers man. His question for you, Foss. It's pretty simple, mate.
Yeah.
Have you ever taken Viagra? And if so, how'd you go?
Have I taken a Viagra? Well,
Yes,
I have taken, mind you. I didn't used to. The old cane, the old population rod used to be like an oak tree. Used to be big and strong and sturdy. Now it's like a Christmas tree. There's no roots and the balls are for decoration.
Very, very sharp sportsman's night material there. All right, Jackie boy, who have you got there?
All right, question from Tariq.
What?
Tariq.
Sorry, there he is.
Tariq's question to you, Foss. Hey, Foss, are you my dad?
Am I your dad?
Yeah.
Give me on the wheel, Sammy.
Can't even give him a straight answer.
Well, I presume your mother wouldn't be 70, would she?
Nah, you're too old. Don't worry, Sammy.
Yeah, don't you worry, mate. I wouldn't be going out with a 70-year-old woman. Do you know what is between a 70-year-old woman's breasts? Her shoes.
Oh, no. On that disgracefully
So I wouldn't be
going to line things up right about now. Make sure you're watching next week. Lee Montagna, BJ Goddard. That's it from the Footy Show. We'll see you next week.